Chapter 1. The hunt begins. Rain pelted the jungle moon of Threxos V, slicing through its twin suns, fading light like knives through silk. Beneath the emerald canopy, the air shimmered with the heat of a dying day. Leaves oozed moisture. Insects shrieked. And something large moved through the underbrush, too fast, too loud, too human. Cloaked in refractive camouflage, Huntress Vaelra crouched on a thick root high above the trail, her slit-pupiled eyes scanning the terrain. Her talons tightened on the shaft of her plasma javelin. Her prey was near. Species 7203. Homo sapiens, she hissed into her comm implant. Target designated Terran fugitive, Elias Creed. Subject escaped from Zarkin Penal Station 4 cycles ago. Tracked to Sacred Valley of the Ulkai. The other end of the line buzzed with static. Then came a reply in the guttural language of the Breltec Enclave. Do not approach the sacred pool. The Ulkai will. Vaelra clicked the comm off. Orders be damned. This wasn't about bounty anymore. This was about pride. The human had humiliated her on Cinder Delta, escaping her snare with explosives made from chewing gum and reactor coolant. On Vorn's Spire, he used a stolen gravboard to zip past her like a laughing comet. Every report she'd sent back to command felt more like a confession. But here, now, the human had nowhere left to run. Vaelra vaulted silently from branch to branch, each move practiced and fluid. Her quarry was close. She could smell the sweat. Then, there, a flicker of movement beyond the moss-draped boulders. She saw him, tall, lanky, covered in grime and battle scars. Elias Creed was shirtless, boots half-melted, and grinning like a child seeing snow for the first time. He stood at the edge of the Ulkai death pool, silent, glassy, and as forbidden as the stars beyond the galactic core. Without a word, he turned and cannonballed into it. Chapter 2. The Waters of No Return. The splash echoed like thunder through the valley. Birds fled. Somewhere in the cliffs, a stone face carved by ancient hands cracked. Vaelra froze, eyes wide. He cannonballed into the sacred pool, she whispered. Every tribal legend warned against it. The Ulkai didn't just protect the pool, they worshipped it. Said the waters devoured the unworthy, purified them through pain. Not even Ulkai elders dared touch its surface. Vaelra leapt down from her perch, sprinting across the mossy ground. She skidded to a halt at the pool's edge and stared into its depths. It was black, endless, and bubbling. Seconds passed. Then a minute. No body floated up. She knelt, tail twitching, scanning with her visor. Life readings, none. He was either dead or... A shape erupted from the center of the pool. Elias, drenched and laughing, glowing slightly blue. You are insane, Vaelra shouted, voice shaking. That water is cursed. Forbidden. Elias wiped a hand through his soaked hair and looked at her with the calm detachment of someone who had accepted death and found it refreshing.
Feels like a spa, he said.
Kinda tingly. My spine doesn't hurt anymore. Also, I can hear frogs talking. You violated the sanctum of an ancient species. Yeah, he said, eyes wide with mock wonder. Do you think they'll be mad? Chapter 3. They were mad. The ground shook. Not metaphorically. The entire valley quaked. Statues split. Trees bent like grass in a storm. And above, on the jagged ridge encircling the pool, the Ulkai appeared, 7 of them, cloaked in bone-white robes, faces hidden behind obsidian masks. Their bodies glowed with the same blue shimmer now coating Elias. Vaelra raised her javelin. You've doomed us. Elias rolled his shoulders, feeling the power pulsing through him like sunlight in his veins. That's not doom, he said, pointing at the Ulkai. That's judgment. And I've got a feeling they're not here to thank me for exfoliating. The lead Olkai floated down from the ridge, not walked, floated, robes billowing with an unnatural wind. Offworlder. It spoke in a voice like chimes breaking. You have touched what must not be touched. The pool is sacred. For your defilement, you must be unmade. Elias winced. Do I get, like, a trial? Or at least a stern warning before the unmaking? Before they could reply, Vaelra stepped forward. This human is my bounty, she growled. He is a fugitive of the Breltech Alliance. Return him to me, and your pool shall be avenged in full. The Olkai leader turned to her, gaze unreadable. You, too, have broken taboo by stepping so near. Your soul is stained. Vaelra hissed and stepped back. Elias glanced between them and held up his hands. Okay. This is getting out of hand. What if we skip the unmaking and go straight to a swim relay? I'll race your champion. Winner decides fate. Silence. Then the Olkai laughed. A low, echoing laugh that made stones bleed. Very well, said the leader. You are brave. Or foolish. Either way, we accept. If you win the trial, your life is spared. But your hunter must face the water too. Only the cleansed may compete. Vaelra's heart stopped. Elias grinned. Looks like we're teammates now, he said. Chapter 4. Beneath the Surface. Vaelra stood at the pool's edge, trembling. I am not like you, she whispered. This water, it is death to my kind. You don't know that, Elias said. Maybe it's only death if you believe it is. Or maybe it changes people, shows them who they really are. You speak in riddles. No, he said, stepping closer, offering her a hand. I speak like someone who's been hunted for too long and finally found peace.
Come on.
The water's fine. She stared at his hand, then the pool. Her entire life, Vaelra had been a predator, trained to kill, raised on conquest. Her kind didn't ask questions. They conquered and consumed. But something about Elias, the way he laughed in the face of danger, the way he cannonballed into legends, unnerved her and inspired her. She took his hand. The pool was cold, then warm, then everything. Her senses blurred. Memories flooded back. Her childhood on the war moons, her first kill, the shame she'd buried, the fear she never admitted. It all washed over her, then faded, leaving her lighter. They surfaced together, glowing like suns. The Olkai stared. Begin, said the leader. Chapter 5. The Trial of Waters. The arena wasn't physical. Not entirely. The Olkai transported their minds into a subrealm within the pool, a place of dreams and tests. Elias and Vaelra found themselves on a floating platform above an endless ocean beneath a twilight sky. Other platforms shimmered in the distance. Obstacles, puzzles, trials of spirit. Their opponent stood at the far end, a being of water and memory, shifting form with every heartbeat. You must cross the realm, the Olkai's voice echoed, and face what lies within. Vaelra looked at Elias. You trust me to fight beside you?
No, he said.
I believe in you. Big difference.
They ran.
Over platforms that spun beneath them, through corridors of screaming light. Vaelra faced her past, phantoms of those she'd slain. She didn't fight them. She forgave them. Elias faced his guilt. Crewmates lost in battle. Family left behind. He laughed through the pain, shouted their names, and kept moving. Together, they reached the final gate, where the water being blocked their path. It struck. Vaelra danced aside, javelin gleaming. Elias leapt, flipping midair, punching with fists glowing blue. The creature roared and swelled, but they fought not with rage, but unity. With a final cry, Vaelra pierced its heart. Chapter 6: Judgment and Legacy. They awoke beside the pool, coughing, gasping. The Ulkai stood in a circle around them, silent. Then the leader stepped forward. "You have passed the trial of waters," it said. "You are no longer prey, nor predator. You are balanced. Go in peace." Elias stood, brushing off moss. "So, I'm not dead."
No.
Vaelra blinked. "And I am no longer bound to the hunt." The Ulkai nodded. "You are unshackled." There was silence. Elias finally turned to her. "So, what now?" Vaelra looked at her javelin, then tossed it into the pool. "I think I'd like to see Earth." Epilogue. The pool remembers. High above Threxos V, a small transport ship cut through the sky, heading toward the stars. Inside, Elias reclined with his feet up, sipping a fluorescent drink. "Still can't believe you cannonballed in after me." Vaelra smirked. "I did not cannonball. I leapt with grace." Elias raised an eyebrow.
Sure.
Gracefully screaming the whole way. She rolled her eyes, but a faint smile touched her lips. Far below, the pool shimmered. The Ulkai watched the stars, and the waters whispered of change.